You're alive. Come on, Alex Jones, we're doing live.
I'm killing fucking rat people. Okay.
All right.
Get the dinosaur. There we go. All
Let me
right.
make
Get
sure
the
you're all
dinosaur.
are.
There's a freaking dinosaur-sized rat in this level.
Why is there rats everywhere? Everywhere I go,
Because
rats.
I'm playing Warhammer.
Oh.
And there's dinosaurs in my standing because geese.
Why is there rats
Yeah.
everywhere? Everywhere I go, rats. Alright. Alright.
Oh,
Cyberpunk debacle.
there we go.
Here we go. This is one of the things.
I think it should be called Cyberpunk 2077's debacle, and something about it has to be something about CD Projekt Red. Like it has to be like the title right there in a body.
Right now it's just labeled chill stream. Just relax and talk with Emperor Johnkill3D. I will title it later. I'll edit it later. CD Projekt Red. This is what I was expecting to happen. I was expecting because they were starting to get rushed. Okay, that was going to be expected. Hey, Dustin. Now the problem was, and we knew this, and you know for a fact when developers are rushed, they start fucking up. It's a well-known fact that when a developer feels rushed, they start panicking.
People still say that they're now like you got the Last of Us 2 fanboys trying to come out and say this, and guess what? They're being instantly put back saying, guess what?
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
No, like the game has bugs and glitches, but at least when they're like, you know what's funny? People are using my fucking quote that I used for Star Wars Battlefront. They were like this: "It's a good game trapped beneath the bullshit."
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I want to smack these people. I want to smack these people for taking my shit.
That's plagiarism.
Yeah, basically, you plagiarized the Emperor. Now I'm gonna send the Death Star to blow up your homeworld, and then I'm gonna drop a BOW in your front roof. See how your wife likes that?
Well, are you away from the little minions yet?
I'm home. What you talking about?
I was just wondering because last I checked, you were being tortured by minions who you basically bankrupted in Monopoly and became the Donald Trump of.
No, they were talking shit that I was not gonna win.
Yeah, and you basically broke their ass in Monopoly. You became the Donald Trump of that game.
But then Broforce fucking Broforce was breaking me.
Broforce, Curse of Gabe did that shit. I had to go in Uncle mode several times during that damn thing.
I was telling Libra about like a little bit about like Broforce was just driving me off the fucking wall. I mean, oh my god.
Oh yeah, I'm doing fine, Dust. If you saw the announcement thing, it was basically me saying I'm going to be doing like a bunch of recordings of my own videos, like reviews and stuff ahead of time, so they'll have and scheduling them to drop on certain times. That's the thing, because Christmas time and after Christmas I'm going to have to rearrange my room and stuff because probably furniture and stuff I'm going to have to put in. So yay! So I'm going to like film a bunch of
work ahead of you.
Basically, I'm getting it all up ahead because if you don't know, well, that's being ignorant. Being as you know is ignorant too. Basically, I'm using my time to schedule it ahead of time, which you can do. You can film a video and schedule it to drop at a certain time, like up to I think a year. So I've got videos up till at least Thursday, one on Thursday up. Although, now back to CD Projekt Red, because I had to answer a comment. CD Projekt Red, this was doomed. This was going to happen. Now, thank God it's not Fallout 76.
No,
that's
it's
what I'm
not.
saying. It's not Fallout 76.
I would like to say it's not even a 13 remake situation, because they still patched the game and it still sucks.
No, but here's the thing. They have said, CD Projekt Red, from what I understand, and Spawn Wave and all the bigger ones are all saying, look, they're going to do a massive patch in like the beginning of the year. Well, January. Because they have to. It's freaking, what, a week from Christmas? Fuck no, I'm not going to. CD Projekt Red does treat some of its employees okay when it comes to stuff like this, I believe. Now, quote me in the comment section or them.
You know what's funny? The game companies, because CD Projekt Red said, look, if you want a refund from both platforms, go ahead. But right now, Sony's taking the brunt of it because Xbox also did the same thing where they're not.
And Xbox is giving their money back.
The refund. Yeah, Sony, your dicks. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've got to make a video on Sony. That's one of the ones I'm planning on recording. Their fall from grace and also
Sony.
And also Nintendo's fuckery.
Swaney. You know Among Us is now on the fucking Switch, by the way?
About damn time!
If that comes on the PlayStation, oh yeah, my channel's done.
What about screwery of Nintendo?
The screwery with Nintendo is basically they're kind of like their corporate backdoor politicking. You know, with the Etika Joy-Cons and certain things. Yeah, they're backdoor politicking, and they're not liking ROMs. That I've got to do a video on that.
That's stupid.
Now, as far as they go with their business practice on non-censored games, they're still in my good graces, okay?
Yes. Well, I mean, their business practices, how can you mess up a 1990s business practice?
Oh, yeah, man, they've got some mindset still stuck in 1980. Okay, that was cold.
Look, they just caught up to 2010.
Yeah, they're a decade behind.
With everything they do.
Well, not exactly. You gotta admit, the Switch is its own little beast. It's not exactly a console.
Here's the thing. The Switch could have came out in the time of it could have been at the time of the Wii U.
Yeah, but the Wii U was the prototype to making the Switch. It was actually, if you really look at it from a designer and an engineer standpoint,
it was.
The Wii U is the prototype. It is literally
it should have worked and been its own thing.
Yeah, but not a lot of parties. Sony was still in its golden age, and so was Xbox 360 before they hit the dark ages, and then everybody was like Nintendo. Then Nintendo decided like, okay, you know what? We're gonna put the Switch on here, and we'll basically create a Steam-like service. Because it's Nintendo Switch has Steam on it practically. All those indie games, it's Steam.
I keep telling people, if people stood up to that censorship, we wouldn't have that rushed update, the 8.00. That wouldn't even happen.
But besides the point, CD Projekt Red, I think one of their biggest problems is they're held on a pedestal now from the Witcher games they made. Would you not agree?
But this thing, you know what's funny? They also admitted that doing a game like this was new to them, just because it's open world, not open world, all work like. Everyone says open worlds are the same. Yes, the fact that they're open worlds, they will be called the same because they will be called the same due to the open world aspect. But other than that, every open world game does something different. I mean, right now, one of my favorite open worlds right now is Just Cause 4.
I can tell you every single game. Let me tell you, open world is GTA and Fallout. Witcher 3 is not open world. It is segments.
Yeah, but I guess because those segments are alone, those segments world areas are just as big enough to be maps on their own.
Yes, they're giant maps, but it's not full-blown open world. You know that, right?
No, I know that. I know that, but they don't.
And that's the problem. Most people don't bother to look into game design. Even some actual gamers don't look at it from a developer standpoint. They don't realize that even manga favorite, I'm gonna call it anime as well. Even anime fans don't realize the hellish nightmare animators go through and their manga go through. So, yeah. I mean, none of these media are very easy to make. No! People have what's called deadlines and crunch, although sometimes I think crunch is over-exaggerated because some companies actually pay you overtime. Then some companies do not. That's the problem, is they mix up companies. The ones that don't pay you overtime, that'd be EA. Okay? EA does that shit. They won't pay you overtime.
Oh yeah, and you know what's funny? I looked more into the data mining, what people are saying. People were worried. Even, I love Mannix, but he's got to even chill out on this one, saying that Sony, like, you know what's funny? So one of the people behind Capcom was confused, saying, what do you mean we're drawing inspiration from The Last of Us 2? We're our own IP.
Oh,
like The Last of Us and Resident Evil, he even acknowledged they're two separate franchises. And are two completely separate ideals.
They're two separate franchises and completed by two different. One's created by a Japanese person.
But you know why they're saying that? Is because, okay, the Resident Evil female characters, I can honestly say yes, they alone can have their own video games. They can manage their own games. They've done it. Jill's done it. Claire's done it. Even though Claire didn't get her own game until Code Veronica. But at the end of the day, there is actual proper female characters in Resident Evil. And just because, the next few titles, I guess they're after Resident Evil 8, either they'll be remakes or they'll be mainline, not mainline, but they'll be games that fill out some character stories. So I wouldn't see, like, Jill is going to be leading a couple of games after 8, besides Outbreak, because Outbreak is completely different people. I'm like, okay, what's wrong with Jill heading her own few games?
Nothing
when do us as
wrong.
gamers have a problem with that? We've played as her before.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
let's see that.
Capcom cleared them.
Let's see there. Should we put?
Yeah, but
I'm going
I
to
think
edit
they
the
explain it
title.
with their games, not their
the topic of
words.
this video, it's going to be basically censorship and CD Projekt Red, or Sony and CD Projekt Red. Let's just put CD
Basically.
Projekt, Sony, and CD Projekt Red. They're all crunched together, right?
Huh? Yeah. Oh shit.
CD Projekt Red. Well,
Look here, I got you. Oh, they spaced it out.
I would space the CD Projekt
Yeah,
Red.
they spaced
Sony
it out. I
and
thought they
Sony.
put it all, crunched it together, but they spaced it out.
Well, they crunch it together when they use their initials, like CDPRK or something like that. Or CDBKR.
Alright, Sony and CD Projekt Red. Okay.
In my opinion, I think people are being too harsh on CD Projekt Red.
We're gonna get to that. We're getting to that. Let me finish editing the title. There we go.
This is like it's like having Greta be a games journalist.
Oh God. Oh God. If you know, I'm for 6 sadistic pleasures. I want to see that show.
Yeah, you.
Just out of
The one on
sheer
Hulu?
First, yeah. If I had a Hulu service, just out of sheer morbid curiosity, I wonder what that show's gonna be about.
It says, "I am Greta." I'm like, yeah, you are Greta, all right.
Does that mean she's gonna be like, you know, I don't know, doing something freaky?
I don't know.
Well,
But yes.
She already said, how dare
All
you.
right, all right. What CD Projekt Red has messed up about them is people hold them on too high a pedestal. They have the BioWare problem. You know, they're considered the great
But unlike
Western story.
but unlike them, at least they come out and admit when they're wrong.
Oh yes, and they don't give you the clear middle finger treatment that Mass Effect 3 did.
But everybody is still pissed off at them, and I was like, no, this is their first real mistake. Once there's a Witcher 4, and once this game's fully patched, and it's always forgiven, and it continues with
about how
DLCs,
they so-called
it's gonna
lied.
fucking...
And can we also say this? Witcher 3 had a lot of bugs in it as well. Not as many as this game, because, you know what I mean?
But they fixed it fast, and that's the same with this one. They already said they're gonna fix it as fast as possible.
And honestly, I think if I was to say the completion rate of how much was finished when they released it, I would say this game was about 80% done. From what I've seen, you know what I mean?
And everybody says who's played it, and they'll be like, look, from the PS5 to the Xbox One to the PC version, this is a fantastic game. But the bugs, it's the game
It's
they
buggy
said it
as
to be,
hell.
but the bug. Yeah.
If you took out the bug problem, you might enjoy it better. Angry Joe just put a rant out, and he says, "I'm enjoying the game, but these bugs are, you know, they take out my immersion."
But he's the biggest. But here's the thing. I love Angry Joe too, but he is the biggest.
He's
Project Red dick writer.
Yeah, I know, but that's a good point he brings out though.
No, it does, but I think it's fine.
I mean, I was like, oh man, Joe, you're gonna White Knight, you know what I mean, them, you love them real good. Well, then he brought up some good valid points. If you see that rant, there's a couple valid points. Oh, well, happy birthday tomorrow then, Sega Lover. But, you know, he said it's a good game and, you know, brought up the bug thing, but he's basically like, I'm having fun immersion, but the bug thing draws me out every now and then when one pops up. I'm like, that's a good point. You can have a bug game.
Yeah.
And that was one of the few points I agreed with Angry Joe's rant. I was like, that makes sense. I mean, how many bugs have we seen that if you're probably having fun with it, it would pull you, yank you out? I don't know, a car flying at me out of nowhere would probably yank me out.
At least you're not having freaking somebody go in the store like Fallout 76 knocking shit off saying, I want a refund! Poof!
or you're playing the game and your wallet's empty. Remember Fallout 76 robbed you real money. People forget that glitch. That glitch was hilarious. I mean, come on, could you imagine?
What about the glitch with the hackers on the PC? That was really embarrassing. I remember that.
And they also attacked, what is the not the CEO, okay, it's not Todd Howard, is it? Or who's the other guy that talks? Pete Hines. Where they raided and destroyed his 76, they nuked his camp. I laughed my ass off.
Well, you shouldn't be playing the damn game and now expect people to raid your place. Just pure spite.
I've been tempted, here's the thing, I was tempted to use that game as the first time I play bad games on my channel, but then I'm like, why am I getting, here's the thing, one, it was one of the games that came in for free, so I couldn't freaking bitch. That's how I have it. So what do you want me to do?
It's like Libra had the problem. He didn't buy Last of Us 2 or support. No, it was a gift. So you're forced to play it because it's practically a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, out of sheer morbid curiosity too, Libra, admit that. You were morbidly curious how bad it was.
I'm getting scared.
I wanted to get the experience for myself, how angry I would get or how disappointed.
Yeah, you wanted to find out how badly this thing would trigger you. You just weren't expecting it to be that bad.
I would be mad if my dad ever say, "Hey, I got you a game and it's got this girl on it. She's covered in blood. The Last of Us Part 2." I'll be like, I'm like, thanks, Pop, but can you get me something else? Boy, this is not the game it looks like the kind of game you like. I was like, no, Pop. I'll lie to him saying, no, I already have it. I already have The Last of Us, because he doesn't know that. He wouldn't even know it's still part of a series. He'd be like, oh, so you already have this one. I'm like, yeah.
Doing okay, Sega Lover.
Oh, who's phoning me?
I don't know. I don't know who's phoning you.
Hang on.
But, man, yeah, the problem with CD Projekt Red is they're held on that pedestal. They think people now, since they made the Witcher games, they think they can do no bad. No. I mean, I don't personally agree with it, but
see, for what I saw about CD Projekt Red's open world, and it's you know, it's funny, even Sly Tater, I gotta see his video, but me and him had talked about it in our downtime of what it is. Oh, hold on, I got a phone call. Damn it.
Damn, everyone's getting phone calls. Watch me, I get a phone call next. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I don't know how I feel about 5 a.m. in the morning calls. I'm not that early of a riser. I'm more of a 6 a.m. if earliest. Yeesh. Are you looking forward to your birthday tomorrow, though, Sega Lover? I didn't realize your birthday was like 8 days before, well, maybe 10 days before Christmas? 9 days before Christmas? It's gotta be a weird time to have a birthday.
Glad you're back. Be sure to wipe your feet.
Friggin' somebody trying to get me over a promotional code. It's like, no, not interested.
What? I thought the Prime Minister was coming after you.
No.
You know, that Prime Minister wants you in your protesties.
Anyways, what did I miss?
Well, we were talking about how CD Projekt Red seems to be held on a pedestal and overhyped to a degree, and I think they should take an L game. You know what I mean?
What I would say this.
Every company deserves to have a bomb game. You know, not bankruptcy, but they need to have, like, you know, that black sheep. Metal Gear Solid 2.
I'll say this, like, because I feel like CD Projekt Red was in a lose-lose situation. Like I said, if they delayed the game anymore, people would have sent death threats to them, and I'm pretty sure they didn't want death threats. So they're like, okay, we're gonna have to rush the game as it is, and it's gonna have a ton of problems on last-gen hardware. And
that's why you sent Keanu out.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to avoid the death threats? Just send Keanu Reeves out, man. And say, make Keanu Reeves says, I'm gonna go John Wick on you all. I'll make no more John Wick movies.
Now, was it wrong for them to promise and then break their promise? No. I'm definitely not going to overlook that with Siege Project Red, but at the same time, they're like, these people are trying to make Siege Project Red like the villain or something. It's like, no, that's
no, I don't think they're the villain. I think they made a flawed game that needs to be patched and ironed out. It wasn't.
Well, it just seems
it wasn't
like when I watched Ryan Kindle's video, he made it sound like he was talking down on them like they're a villain or something.
Well, you know, they came out and apologized. We knew we couldn't release it on hardware, but you also got to remember they were told to also at the same time make it for the PS5 and new Xbox or the new Xbox. That could cause problems too.
Yeah.
No, I'm not excusing that, but they are two different hardwares in a way and two different coding. So you're already making code and hardware for one version to run on a certain frame. Then you're told, oh, by the way, you're going to work on this newer hardware we just got finished making this year. Please create it so it runs alongside this. Now, if I'm a game developer, and I have heard of this, that it runs better on a PC than it does a console. Well, that would make sense. PC isn't getting all messed around with, hardware-wise. Would you not agree, Libra?
I agree.
So that makes sense why I would run a ton better on that. Because they're not constantly messing with a PC. Okay, now we skip to the PS4 and the PS5. Let's talk about that. Those are elephants in the room too. Another monkey orangutan running around in a monkey that needs to be addressed. Yeah, that's a problem too because you're working on, okay, the PS5. It's got to be ported there, and it's got to be worked on the current gen hardware of the PS4 and Xbox, the Expo. Okay, that's already bad enough programming. And you're told with the Xbone part, it's going to be backwards compatible with the new one and the older one, you know what I mean? Full compatibility. So that also adds a little bit of problem.
All I'm going to say is when the patches do come out, it's going to be better than the 13 remake situation, because I told everybody on that video specifically, even after the patch, it's still terrible.
I think
so
what I think it's going to...
Project Red it's going to fix it. I guarantee
also,
it.
they have said they're free patches, and they're very big patches. You know.
Yes.
If they are
between a phone call, fries, and pork chips, Keo, a story just hit me that would be perfect for your stream, and it was actually yesterday, after we had to get off Monopoly.
Well, what happened this time? Gabe.
So no,
Gabe fries PSP.
No, Gabe had his dad had got him Devil May Cry 5, and guess what? For the PS4 version, they decided to release it's funny, for the PS5 you get Virgil for free, but you have to pay for the Virgil shit on the PS4. So he ended up getting it, and he was like, "John, I can't beat this." He's like, "I cannot beat Virgil's story." I'm like, "Give me the fucking controller, you noob." And even though I shouldn't have been playing Virgil's, so I know Virgil's half of the story, which I'm like, this motherfucker needs his own game already. He was like John, what are you doing? Do you know how to play this? It's like, I'm sure it's different from the other ones. And I was like this. Turbo mode.
Shut up. You go, shut up. You're talking to a veteran.
I was like, turbo mode, turn it on. And he's like, did you even set the difficulty? No, I just kept hitting X, but they were hard. They were really fucking hard compared to what I was dealing with in 4. I'd rather deal with the Holy Knights in 4.
John, I swear,
So,
if you put me on... Did you put me on Twitter already? This stream on Twitter?
Yeah,
no, not this one. I put, not this one. I put yours, the other one from the other day, and
Oh, if you put this one on your freaking Twitter... Oh, man.
And then I put the video, I put your bald head on Twitter.
Why'd you put my bald... Yeah, God. You know what? Yeah, I think that's how...
And then I started a controversy, everybody, in my family's household. And I'm gonna tell you now on Keo stream. I made them realize the Monkey Kingdom is fucked up.
Oh.
I ruined their perceptions of baboons, and I'm gonna tell you why. I watched this video. It's sad. This person takes real life monkey, like you know, monkeys living in the wild, studying their society. But somebody thought it was a good idea to add Looney Tunes cartoon sound effects to dramatic shit. So the first time I saw it. Like, hold
on. Before we add to this monstrosity mystery that you're about to tell a tale, which do you think is better, the PS5 or the Series X?
I haven't played them, so I can't judge.
I'm not going to put judgment on them. All I'm going to say is the only reason I get Series X is because that dev kit for emulation.
Yep, I'm going to go full-blown Series X because you can already jailbreak the bitch legally.
And my system PS5 is going to be a gift, so you know I have to put into it.
But would you not agree that you would give the award to the Xbox Series X because you can jailbreak it legally?
I give it. Here's the problem. This is the first time it's coming out of my mouth, and you know what's sad?
What?
My philosophy that I have on games applies to this new gen of consoles. Both of them are equal in their own right. They have their strengths and weaknesses.
Oh yes, they do. They do. I'm just referring to company censorship is what I don't agree.
Okay, like if it comes to the political front and all that, I don't hold that against games. I just care about, do the games run, how do they play, are they on par with each other, you know, things like that.
That is true.
And they are actually in other games.
But John, you gotta admit it. The companies do kind of have an effect on consoles because, like, I don't want to skip games because Sony says, "Oh, the skin is inappropriate."
I don't know.
No, Last of Us 2.
I know.
Shut up, John. You can't deny that Last of Us 2 had an influence on Sony.
The Western stuff is hypocritical. That's all.
Yeah, of course. Let me before we jump back into the whole monkeys impaling one another thing. The PS5 in some areas, people have been putting side-by-side comparisons. The Xbox might have all that power, but that power is over destabilizing the games.
Yeah.
So it's like, whether you say anything about here's the thing, whether you can say what about PlayStation or not, you could put the Spider-Man game or the Miles Morales one or any of these new PS5 games right next to the fucking game, and one is clearly running it better than the other.
Yeah, and it makes Final Fantasy 15 load a lot. Loading errors cutting time by half. It would save my stream so much better. Although it still wouldn't save the damn game.
There was somebody on Twitter that I know.
I almost committed some parkour on my freaking stream. The Final Fantasy 15.
That would have been funny.
Come on.
Isn't it nice that in the PS3 and the new Xbox you can basically jailbreak it legally? You're not
going
to
that fact. That's the only good reason I'm buying the Series X.
That's the reason why. Because I want to turn it into. I heard it's an emulation monster. Is what I've heard.
Well, I think that's what it was meant to. I think that's where all that power is. Honestly.
And I think if you use it as an emulation monster, you won't overheat and do this stuff. If you play the Xbox X, the Xphone games, new Xphone games on it, you're gonna overheat it. If you play the original Xphone games on it, it'll work fine. So I think what's overheating it are the new games. Say like Miles Morales.
Now there's a joke going around saying that Xbox, enjoy the emulation you can, because somebody was emulating the original God of War.
Yeah.
They're like, finally, Xbox, you have a good game with some high-class storytelling.
Dude, they're not
I'm
going
gonna
to get rid of
for-
that dev kit. I can tell you that right now. Because Sony's making a shit. I mean, not Sony. Microsoft's making a shit ton of money. You know that.
I want it because I want to play those Silent Hill games that
They're
Konami
just
refuses to release again.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be like, I know, I just knowing how corporations think. Microsoft.
Just to let you know, Hideo Kojima is cameoed in Cyberpunk. Just saying.
I figured if they got Keanu Reeves, they're gonna do stuff like that.
He's sitting there on the train like a pimp. But he has that same facial expression that when he, you know, in Metal Gear, where he looks up at Snake and says, "Snake, what took you so long?"
Oh yeah, Sega Lover. Yeah, you can play most Sega games on the Series X via emulation and ROMs. Cough. It's not illegal. I mean, because you're actually legally using emulators and jailbreaking. Modern Vintage Gamer shows you how you just need to add, like, the program, like Dolphin Emulator and that. But other than that, you can legally jailbreak it. Where before, people would have to do hoops and bounds to jailbreak a system. Like, you would have to trick it with, like, I think one of them you tricked it with a paperclip.
Well, Keo, would you like to hear or finish a story of
The
what I
Monkey
did
Kingdoms. Continue
what I
the
destroyed in my friend's house, at my cousin's house, actually. I destroyed their household codes.
Tell them to hit the like button also if you enjoyed the podcast thing.
A monkey named Daniela was forced to commit seppuku.
What the?
I was watching the video, so this is the rules of the Monkey Kingdom, especially with baboons. This is why I say baboons are assholes. That's why I find orangutans.
They look like assholes to begin with, so it doesn't help. That doesn't help their case.
Baby chimps are considered to be sweethearts. Orangutans the same because they're basically the closest thing to baby humans. But yeah, little gorillas too. But when you get to fucking chimps, this is how they discipline their children. They will drag you by the tail across concrete, rocks, throw you out of a fucking tree, bite you in the arm, rape you. Now tell me this. This monkey.
What did the monkey do wrong?
No, it's the monkey mom's fault. I feel this mom signed the daughter up for death. You're not supposed to feed in the baboon society. Elders, women, then the children eat. The child was given the food first by the mom, like sharing. They told it counted so many times, and they put you know how we put our subtitles in the digital execution videos? They were doing the same thing for what the monkeys were saying to each other, and one of them was like this. One of them in the subtext said, "Look here, you bitch! You feed your daughter one more time, the elders and I are gonna pass judgment." And then she called her. She's like, "We're killing." He's like, "The monkey elders get together. The sentence, death."
Oh God!
And then it said a title box, a text box popped up that said, "Death is coming." And then all you see is like an aiming reticle, like a sniper rifle aimed on that baby monkey, and when that monkey turns around scared, it says target locked, but in the distance you hear an angry elder baboon chasing him, and it mauled the little fucker. They all got a hold of it, and the monkey baboon basically punched its, not punched, but took a stick and disemboweled the monkey baby, and then took the body over to the mom and said, "This is what you get for eating before us. Now drag that around, bitch."
Oh man!
And I was like, I felt bad because here's the thing: between being a newborn and the age, like within the first year of a baby baboon's life, anything, obviously their senses are so high that anything could also cause them to have a seizure. Like they'll start spazzing out. Like one monkey baboon was sleeping. I guess the sibling or whatever baboon came over. All they did was nudge it a little bit. That fucker got up screaming and hollering like a Vietnam War vet. And then fell out of the tree. The mom grabbed it by the tail, bit it in the arm, and then the baby was still holding onto the tree, and the mom was swinging on the tail to try to get it down. Like swinging back and forth. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But all you hear is Looney Tunes like going.
That is kind of messed up that they're playing Looney Tunes during that entire match.
And then when it's slow, like when you get, because they show the mauling 3 times in a row. One in fast motion, No, one with that sniper reticle, one in fast motion, and one in slow motion where you see the baby monkey just turns around curiously, its eyes open near your ears.
That's all, folks.
No.
Did you traumatize your poor cousins?
No, listen, but I traumatized the 5-year-old.
What? You traumatized a 5-year-old? Really?
I had to.
Worst cousin uncle ever.
This is what. This was
that went to me.
Like when the baby about to turn its head in slow motion, they play I forgot what they said they played, but they play that one theme tune where it says "still, kill," like the one you hear that little. When people start walking, then they start beating the shit out of something. You hear that, and then you see the baby baboons saying, it was in, and you hear like a Morgan Freeman impersonator. I think it was from Family Guy, or wherever they did this Morgan. I think it was from South Park. He went like this. He was like, "It was in this moment." But somebody, I know this wasn't a line from the show, but somebody did his voice spot on. The monkey was like, when the monkey looked and it stops, it was like, "It was in this moment that monkey realized that it fucked up." And now here comes an angry baboon.
Well, they take white nationalism to the extremity then.
I'm sorry. I for some reason look. Call me what you want. I subscribe to the channel. Now I watch Monkey Popo on a daily basis.
Hey, it can't be as bad as Mr. Popo.
I sent you guys the link in the chat the other day.
Yeah, it was URL'd.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It was hidden again. What do you do? Send us some kind of shady block stuff or something?
I don't know.
I mean, that's twisted enough. Okay, I take that back. I've seen some more twisted stuff.
Now Gabriel is sitting at home wondering, are they really gonna do it? His sister texted me saying, "Hey John, he wants to know, are you really gonna perform, what do you call it, digital execution?"
Yeah, we'll do one right now. Gabe, the PC elitist, the guy who goes bankrupt on Monopoly, causes a curse on Broforce to kill everybody.
Oh my god, my life was in danger.
He almost caused the Emperor to go insane because of his stupidity. I can't sing worth a damn, but I'm just saying. I watched that
whenever you get up, just whenever you get on your phone or it's a search engine on YouTube, if you want to see the horror that I put these children through, all you gotta do is just type in "Monkey Drags Baby," look for the channel called Monkey King Popo, and that's it.
I'm just saying, you know, it was hard enough because you were the Donald Trump on that board of Monopoly. I saw these plays. I was like, dude, Gabe, he's perfected the art of the deal. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you're dead. I'm like, you're gone.
Well, Libra, were you watching that?
I was watching. I had a migraine. I was watching and I was laughing while talking to Libra.
Libra didn't. Oh, no, I'm saying he saw Monopoly. He didn't see the Monopoly or the Broforce matches.
Oh God. He had to watch for the final, like, the death matches of Blowforce one for him because I started getting the migraine. But that was only after we'd done the campaign.
Oh no! If he would have saw the campaign, he would have been like, "Oh my God, this is like Kyo ranting on Nomura." That's how angry I was.
You were getting a little pit. You started going quiet towards the end of the first stream because they were starting to piss you off.
Because of that boss that we had to break through the floor.
I know, and every time you would just about win, Gabe would talk and you die.
Oh, I killed it though. I didn't give a fuck. I killed it.
You guys were like, and I remember typing like, "Are you gonna go to bed after this?" And you're like, "No." And then the next level, Xenomorphs. You just like you have this defeated look like I give up.
That's why I gave up.
You're like, I give up. I've been fighting for however long. This stupid. I mean, that was hilarious. But yeah, CD Projekt Red is, in my opinion, started to become the next Bioware of overhypedness. And now it's saying the consequences. They're having what Bethesda had too. Except they didn't fall as hard with Fallout 76. Ooh.
Oh no, yeah.
Fallout 76.
I still want to point out Broken Games logic is still wrong.
Let me see here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna explain that. And let me explain that when I get back from the kitchen.
Let's explain that right here. Broken Games logic on the Metacritic score is stupid. Because for one, Metacritic, you're not exactly... You can write anything on Metacritic. You can send bots on Metacritic. That's why The Last of Us 2 had such a high score, because it was bots. So, Broken Gamers is a freaking idiot when it comes to that part. And now you go, John. Rip into him.
I think he just said, hold on a second.
Oh man. Dang it, he's been telling us how they destroy monkeys. Why can't he just destroy Broken Gamers?
No idea.
You just got done explaining how messed up the animal kingdom is.
By the way, I was kind of on a original Disney Mulan binge for like 2 days.
One of the greatest old Disney movies.
It just reminded me of how Disney used to be compared to now.
Hey, I watched a freaking Hunchback of Notre Dame, the first one, and realized, hey, there's a Disney movie, an actual piece of fiction where the church isn't evil. No, I'm not kidding. You know the main villain, whatever that Quasimodo's
I know what you're talking about.
master. He is not actually affiliated with the church. He's a judge. He's just normal. He is not affiliated with the church. So for once, the church is portrayed in a good light. Holy crap! I only say that because fiction has been using the church as a punching bag for longest time ever.
Oh, welcome back. That fight was...
Although...
Yeah, but Disney back then made such great films, and I was watching Mulan 1 and 2, because, you know, I like both of them equally. And, yeah, it was just good old times, man. Good old times.
If only good lasted for a while.
Well, Disney is completely crap now.
Oh my god, you remember? Okay, real quick, before we get into that, because I have to take the plate to the kitchen. Keo, you guys seen The Mummy Returns, right?
Yeah, it's a bad movie, but good movie.
Don't give a fuck if the Mummy series is called bad. You know why? It's bad. It's a bad movie. It's a good fucking mummy film.
Yeah, it's self-aware. That's why I said it's one of those movies.
All of them are.
They're self-aware. They are. It's kind of what I was trying to get at with the Avengers review. The Kamala person, no matter how much I hate her, they wrote her self-aware that she is a freaking fangirl.
Now, okay, now this is the part you're gonna be like, oh, that makes sense. You remember those little fucking things in the forest that were stabbing everybody in The Mummy Returns when they got to the Oasis?
Yeah, they monkeys.
Those little, yeah, you know what those were? I just looked up. They're fucking baboons. No wonder, I was putting the behavior connection together. I'm like, and then I remembered right here, like here on my shelf, The Mummy Returns PS2. Oh, but it's a pamphlet, page 7 of the play manual. Manuals. When games came with them.
Games came with manuals.
Enemy types. The pygmy, because they were called pygmies. A mummified baboon brought back to the life through the power of the Oasis. I was like, no wonder I couldn't fucking shoot these things with a shotgun. They were jumping all over the place.
Hey,
I was just like, they're harder. You know what the shit is? They're harder than the fucking Scorpion King. Once I got to Imhotep and the Scorpion King, I was like, you know what? I'm all fucking tired. I said the shit that Rick said in the movie. I was like this. I'm fucking tired of pygmies, mummies, and giant bugs. Bring your asses over here. I'm gonna tap the square and triangle button on your ass. and the first time I realized, oh, this is gonna be really fucking hard, when I got up to the mummy himself playing as Rick. And then, you know what's funny? It's a bad game, But that's the only game you get to play as the Mummy, and his campaign is so fun because you get to suck the souls out of people and throw them. And you use all his powers.
You're giving me ideas now what to use for digital beatdown.
Oh yeah, then fine. The Libra, look up the Mummy Returns PS2 game. It has all the magic. You use like scenes with the Mummy. He has all his attacks and everything like that. You'd be
Libra,
like,
there's a great.
Jesus.
When you come back, there's a great clip you can use. That's from, I think it's the Justice League Unlimited. It's where Batman's talking to Superman. I think he's talking shit about something, and all of a sudden Superman's right behind. I think it was Wonder Woman's right behind him. Batman goes, "She's right behind me, isn't she?" Who he was talking shit about.
Hang on, I gotta wait until, you know, my thing is over and I can come back to you dudes.
Oh yeah, and get this. We ended up playing, I guess Gabriel was able to find the fucking wire to his VR. And he also, because his VR bundle, he never started playing it, because he also has Vader Immortal. And I was like, just sit down, you noob. Sit down, you noob. Sit down, you fucking noob. He was like, I can't even get past this freaking lightsaber. I'm like, sit the fuck down, you noob, hand it over. And I said, right when I put the thing on, he's like, John, why did you just say what you just said? Because I ended up saying, I was like, right when I put it on, I was like, the time has come.
I'm gonna laugh.
That was high, so. And he was, I said, everybody move everything out the fucking way. I cut the headphone back off. Her husband is looking, no, not my cousin. No, my cousin's husband. No, not him.
My God, you can't even remember who they were.
There's 10 people in the house.
They held you hostage for several days. I don't think I would forget their names very easily.
Yeah, I'm like, I almost ended up hitting the printer because where the printer is and where my eyes was in the VR was a fucking rock coming in my way from Vader. So I slashed downward, and then I ended up realizing that I was like, they told me, they were like, hey, you're a few feet off from the printer. I'm like, well then the printer shouldn't fucking be there. It looks like a boulder in my eyes, coming at me. I was able to take a few swipes to my body from Vader because I was like, obviously I'm learning how to play the game myself, but I was like, all right. Once I figured out the controls into dock and dash, he was getting frustrated. Like, you can hear him in the game getting frustrated. Like, you know that noise he makes where he goes, wow! Like, you hear all that weird shit that he does? He was doing that. I was like, oh my God, I know he's getting serious. Let me back up. Because all I know is I leaned out of the, I juked out of the way, and all I know is I see a freaking lightsaber swing by my head. I was like, oh my God, you son of a bitch. So then I ended up using the remote to force push him back, and he was like, pathetic. And he chokes me and throws me. I was like, well. And then I ended up doing what he did. Remember that scene in the digital execution where Anakin threw the lightsaber into the chest?
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I ended up the remote up and I threw it right at his respirator.
But anyway, back to broken gamers in idiocy on Metacritic.
Idiocy of broken gamers.
You said you were going to rant on him on his
high
Metacritic.
quality standards.
I don't know what's worse. I actually don't know what's worse. Broken games' logic, or the updated application picture to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which looks like JTech with a gun.
Broken gamers' logic because it's a stain to humanity. Yeah. It's like talking to a flat earther.
He's a flat earther, probably.
I'm not being... I mean, no offense. I'm sure there are very smart, intelligent flat earthers. I bet Fauci's a flat earther for all we know. No wonder he makes so many flip-flops, because he's the flat earther.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there are probably some intelligent ones, but still... You can sit there, I've argued with one before, I'm like, okay, if the earth is flat, have I not fallen off it when going for scuba? How have you not fallen through it?
Thank you.
Because by definition of flat, that means there can be no bottom. There has to be a bottom and you go directly below it. That's like my table.
It's not fucking, the only people who I think believe in that, believe in Asgard, because Asgard's the only thing that can do that.
I mean, we are not the freaking, Norse.
Hey! If you want to take any fucking afterlife, I'll take the Norse because at least I get to eat and fight for all eternity.
Yeah, but you have to die a very brutal death in order to go to Norse. And then
With this world, a normal death is a brutal death. A sad death is a shock nowadays.
Yeah, basically the only thing you're not allowed to do, I think, is die in your sleep. Other than that, any form of death is basically okay in Norse mythology.
I'll be like this, to Valhalla! Oh fuck, this is Helheim. Oh, well, Surtur, you better get ready to give up that throne, bitch.
I think I made that joke with that game I was playing where I was like, oh, we're in freaking Niflheim!
By the way, John, speaking of that, you've taken a long time away from digital executions. Do you have anybody in mind who you want to do on?
Gabe.
Oh, no, son.
Gabe.
I was actually gonna do one on Broken Gamers.
Gabe. Gabriel deserves his own special little punishment from us for making me stay up so late and try to find certain songs.
Live stream, the live stream of beating his ass on Fighter Z a few months ago is still up.
Okay, well then you take that live stream and clip it in segments, and then you just you take a clip of my voice.
I told him if he keeps it up, I'm gonna use the clip of the fucking of the impaled monkey getting attacked by the elders.
And here's what you do: you get my very disturbing laughter from the part 1 of the thank you subscription subs, or is it part 2?
Yeah. Oh yeah, to Keo's audience, guess what? My granddad made 3 fucking Molotovs. Go figure. By accident.
By accident. We don't know how to make Molotovs. We just accidentally created them, correct?
No, tell me how. Okay, look, they have the fire pit in the back, so we were making the bonfire.
I was trying to save you from Legalese land, but I guess you want Biden to hunt you down.
Tell me this. He didn't know. He just thought that it was the basic fuel that doesn't go poof when it lights up?
Oh, yes.
So tell me this. His friend brings him the bottles, and he said, yeah, this is just the regular gas. This ain't the ethanol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sniffing. I'm like, even I was like, I smell ethanol. What the fuck? They pour the whole fucking fire pit in ethanol. My granddad still got the bottle in his hand. When he lights it, the fire not only went up to the bottom, it was like he was holding, literally, I wish I had a picture of it. He's trying to not hit the grass. And I'm amazed, Keo, his hand wasn't on fire either.
Oh good, thank gosh. Burns are horrible.
No, he was holding it long enough to get burned. You understand me? His hand was steaming.
How? Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
And the train comes. Libra, you need to find a meme of like when I'm doing something in the digital execution, a train comes by in the background, and the Mad Humor's train comes. His mortal enemy, the train. You know how Saitama's mortal enemy is the fly that he can't get rid of? Mine's a train.
Anyway, yeah, but this is where you're gonna laugh. He's just holding it, swinging it around with a blunt in his mouth, spreading more kerosene with a fire made basically a frickin' X next to the fireplace. And then he just said, fuck it, he dropped the bottle. And then right when we all got away, the bottle fucking exploded. And he was like this, he was like, damn, that was some good shit. I was like, what the fuck, you mean the gas? He's like, no, this blunt, man, you want one? I was like, I hand it over, but you almost fucking hurt yourself. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna hurt myself. I'm like, your hand was on fire. He's like, yeah, my hand does feel a little warm.
And then the next morning, he's probably screaming his head off.
No, he wasn't. There's nothing wrong with him this morning either. His hand was normal. No burns, no nothing.
Well, you're lucky.
That's what I'm saying. Your hand was engulfed in a fireball. And he was like this. He's like, I'm Broly. I was like, shut your 60-year-old ass up.
Well, you know,
he's like, you don't like me. He's like, I was like, I know you're a Dragon Ball fan of Broly. That's it. He's like, well, just to know him, I know the Saiyan race. I was like,
Well, you know, Broly did take a hit to a couple Kamehameha super. What was it, like a fire attack? Who did it at him? In like the very first movie?
It was funny when you. No, not just that. If you go back and realize the original Broly He attacks and fist attacks.
The old one, the big, like the before Super, the original Broly, the sadistic, pure. I'm gonna kill you, pure stupid evil one. Except he's a smart stupid evil.
I say he was smart, but if he didn't obviously, if Goku didn't have any help, then he would have been fucked.
Goku almost got bloodbath in that. I love it.
He
even
fucking died.
Yeah, my favorite scene in the second one is when he's like, oh, Gohan comes there after Goten's nearly dead, and Videl, because you hurt Videl, and he's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, but like, even Broly, but the funny is Broly does not ever issue a compliment. He says, wow, you are so much stronger, because he's fighting Gohan is fighting him in base while Broly's in standard Super Saiyan. So and Gohan was able to hold his line with him, and then when he turns SS2, this is where we see that SS2, at least Legendary Super Saiyan has a durability to hold up to SS2, but SS2 still has the speed and the strength. It's just Broly's mass is what keeps him from taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, because he went his legendary form. You know what I mean? First he was fighting Finn form.
Very fast. Like once he saw Gohan change, that smirk went down, and he's like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna have to power myself up. And when he did, Gohan was still looking at it like he was until Gohan tried to punch him. That was like punching a wall.
Yeah, and then he gets knocked straight into the lava. I think Piccolo had to come.
What's funny is that with Gohan, but even during that Legendary versus SS2, he was still holding the front with, like, he kicked Broly in the neck. Broly took a hit.
Yeah,
Broly took a hit, and he was like, what the fuck? And he kicked Broly in the chest hard. Even Broly was like, fuck, I can't hold this guy.
You know, I think it's funny. Broly was laughing at like all the other ones, but when it came to Gohan, he's like, oh, I remember you. But
he's like, I need to take you a little seriously now. He's like, because you can imagine. I mean, I think Goku and Vegeta at SS2 at their level would fucking. If Broly would put up a fight, but it would take both of them teaming. Even original would be a team up factor.
I hate to say this, and I'm gonna shit on a Toriyama really badly right now. I think Gohan is a better badass in the movies than in the freaking TV show sometimes. Oh, look what he did to BoJack.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Look what he did, because you know what's funny? When you go back and listen to when he says, I'm my father's son, you hear his voice, and you hear adult Gohan's voice
and
at the same time.
And the awesome part of that freaking fight was he actually, like, just takes them all down, and it just required, you know, a push from his dad, like with Cell, but he's just like, oh! But it was only due once everybody's down that Gohan has to, you know, do it again, except it was 10 times worse than Cell's situation.
And I'm still wondering about this manga chapter, how did Frieza bring Cell back without the Dragon Balls? Because he didn't go to Earth. He had to have done something. He had to have done something, because this is the only time I can see Gohan getting hit more redemption, and they got to do something with Frieza. They just have to fucking do something with Frieza at this point.
They have to do something with Gohan and make him the badass that he should be, like in GT.
It has to be a rematch with Cell. Cell will be the only push.
Because he knows that,
Cell's his enemy, not Frieza.
Wait, now that I think of it, Gohan's the only one who knows how to have a mystic base form.
No, his mystic is now his base. So imagine now he cranks it up with training.
But like I'm just saying, his mystic form is, you know, considered his base form. He hadn't even ascended to Super Saiyan yet. So just his base black hair form, he's got a more powerful form than Goku and Vegeta. Because, you know, they have to take a couple hits to get at least mystic level, I believe. Don't they?
No. This was something that I learned about what mystic was, and I had to listen carefully. Gohan, remember how the Supreme Kai, the Elder Kai says, I'm going to bring all your unlocked potential to the top, but didn't the Grand Guru do that?
Yeah, the Guru did that once.
But I'm saying, Gohan, out of everybody, he's had his power cranked up 3 times. That's why Vegeta even's like, he still has that untapped potential. It's just dormant now because he doesn't fight. It went back to being where it was before the Cell game. That's what I'm saying. Oh no, not before the Cell game. Yeah, before the Cell games, in the hyperbolic time chamber and the fight with Boo, his power had gone back down. But if he would have...
Hey, I like the fact that even in the Boo saga, Vegeta calls this shit out. He's like, dude, if you've been training forever, Deborah would have been easy. Your son's gone soft, Kakarot. I was like, oh, the burn.
But you saw when Gohan stopped playing with Deborah, He started smacking him.
Yeah, he started smacking him around. And then I love the fact is when he my favorite line with Pooh is just like, oh, beat you? No, 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 no. I'm gonna kill you. Because once he figures out what happened to Videl and all those.
But I'm saying he could have, but that's the first time even Piccolo stated this. When you have that power, that's when you're saying hot blood. That's when the hot blood of a Saiyan starts to kick in. It takes power to make Gohan be a Saiyan, like hot-headed.
I know, and I think that's always been his Achilles heel, but he's a hybrid.
Imagine if he control. But here's the thing: he's a smart fighter. He's a tactician more than he is a brawler. It's just that when he has to brawl, like once you know.
Why is it that I see an awesome fusion of whatever it is in freaking Super Mission?
Fusion of what?
SS4 of Gohan. Why does Gohan have an SS4 art that looks badass?
He's in the game.
In freaking Dragon Ball Z mission.
When you get to the when you get to the Super 17 Resurrection Saga, and he's powered up with a Black Star Dragon Ball, he beats down. He absorbs 18. 17 actually absorbs 18 to use her power into his. Because I guess there's still programming inside of her, Android untapped programming, so he fused it with his. He knocked down Vegeta and Goku, who were in 4, and then Gohan, by nature, without the Uzaru, he changed right into 4. And they were
because
they looked at him like, how did he? They looked at him like, how the hell did he do that? Because they were like, they're talking about like, where's the fucking moon? Why didn't he change with the moon? And people were like, nope, nope. You hear the freaking Japanese people cheering in the background of that video, like, whoa! God, this is far!
How much you want to bet even the, you know what I mean, actual real Japanese were pleased in that writing of that form, of that chapter?
I'm saying, just keep this in mind right here. Gohan, you know how every other form, for some reason, yes, makes him arrogant and Saiyan-like? Super Saiyan 4 is the only time he's controlled. And he fights with tactician and strategy. So I'm like, where's the difference? Because Goku stated that the higher level you get in Super Saiyan, if your rage is out of control, you will lose control of, like, it's almost like Broly in a sense. If you're in Super Saiyan and you're letting that, like, he damn near went Broly on Frieza in their first fight. Was he not smacking Frieza around?
What? Who?
Goku, the first time he transformed?
Oh, yeah. I love the fact that when he fused with Vegeta, he gets arrogant, and they became Vegito. He was arrogant. I'm like, yeah, that's the Saiyan Prince talking.
At the time, you know, I'm saying at the time, both of them were arrogant.
Yeah, but still, it was like, you know, I love Babidi, even though I don't like the character. She's like, that's Vegeta talking. She has his face palm.
Because he can't control Vegeta either.
Oh, it's like a battle of wills, practically.
And his will was stronger, but the will that he thought was strong, because of the Saiyan blood in him, he was wrong. His will came from Bulma, Goku, and Trunks. That's when he realized that he made that mistake. But here's the thing, Vegeta committed a form of redemption. How did he immediately go straight to hell? Because what he did, those are the rules of what is described about the afterlife and souls and everything like that, and he committed a redemptive act.
Are we referring to the movies, or are we referring to the
No, I'm talking about in general. Even in the show, they had to
he didn't lose his body. He didn't lose his body. I don't think he lost his body, did he?
No, well, King Yemma was telling him he was going to, but obviously Vegeta's going to threaten him because Vegeta still has his body. Vegeta could use his powers.
Yeah, but I'm about to say,
so even King Yemma was like this. Well, there's a certain thing going on actually right now on Earth. Like, you could go back and help. And that's when he shows up to see. Then they do Vegito. And he's like, what the hell? Like, because he was like, what the hell's going on? Look, send me back to freaking Earth right now.
And then he finds out his wife's dead. He's pissed.
He's like, I'm not going. He's like, I am not going back to the afterlife.
He's like
Yemma and them can kiss my ass.
He was not happy when he found out Bulma was dead.
You know what's funny? Raditz, Yemma told Goku what Raditz tried to do. Raditz obviously wasn't strong enough, but you saw when it came to Vegeta, he would not fucking test Vegeta.
Even back in the old days.
He's just a gatekeeper. Fucking Vegeta, because when Vegeta powered up on him, and he was like,
Kami?
No,
I love Kami's reactions, like, King Kai is stronger than King Yemma. Oh, Kami, you little weasel. I remember that when I'm passing judgment on you. Well, you kind of did. You sent him Piccolo to hell. But Piccolo chose to go to hell to get Goku's dumbass out, which I found hilarious. Piccolo in GT was stronger than most of those villains then. So he's like the perfect guardian of hell.
Strong because even then he's training in the fused form. Remember, he's fused with two Namekians now.
God, that guy's like uber strong. Hey, I like them in Dragon Ball Z Tenshin Budokai. I think it's the second one. Where
they're in all of them.
No, I meant no. He gets the Majin.
The fuse. That's Budokai 2.
Yep, that was awesome.
That was a funny fucking Easter egg that Babidi could do that. To
Piccolo.
To Boo? No, he could also do that to Kid Buu, Frieza, Cell, Raditz. Even though people can say what they will about that dumbass camp, because yes, the Budokai 2 did the story poorly. But if there's one fucking thing, you should bring the Majin incarnations for those characters, and I wonder what the fuck they can do.
But I like the I'm sorry, the Broly I mean not the Majin Piccolo was badass in the Super, and it's in the future timeline too, where the world's screwed. So it's basically, yeah, that's not exactly the best place to have a Majin Piccolo running around. And then a Majin Vegeta. You're already pushing limits there.
You know what's fucking sad? When I was in high school and we were playing Tenkaichi 3, I was already at Universe Goku Ultra Instinct level with the controls, and Ultra Instinct wasn't even a thing yet.
Honestly, I think
I would. To be honest, I'll tell you one thing. Look, I will lose, because you know how the Tenkaichi game has up to, I think, was it 7 health bars? But they go down very fast because of the key attacks.
Oh god, you can drain somebody super fast in the Tenchai games. If you
That's
know
why
what
we
you're
like
doing.
3. That's what I'm saying. That's why we like 3, because 3, no matter how many health notches we got, this could still be, in 5 minutes, the fight will change. The fight could change. So, oh man, it was fucking hysterical, because one of them tried to jump me with a great ape. I grabbed him by the fucking tail and slammed his ass. I was like, go to sleep.
And number 2, nobody in my place where I live wanted to fight me in that, because like I would just use even like Videl and Android 18, and those are 2 girls, and I would beat them. I used Kid Gohan, beat them. They're just like, stop it. I was like, okay, pick the character. And I would
had to ban. Here's like, my friend said this. They said, look, John, we've decided we're all gonna train with new characters. That means you have to stop using SS2 Gohan and master another one. I was like, okay. I mastered Future Gohan, who's technically weaker. And they were like, I was like, I said Gohan SS2. I'm fighting you with a handicapped motherfucker.
And he's missing his arm in lore.
That's what I said, handicapped. He's handicapped, basically.
Dude, I would admit this. I like the Future Gohan segment in Xenoverse. Because
somebody said that, somebody did a What If Saga that if he never died and he went back in time, he would have been, and it's funny how the story actually does play out and makes sense in this aspect, that him, Goku, and Vegeta would have unlocked Super Saiyan God. Like, he would have gotten God, Future Gohan would have gotten God, too.
Here's something I wondered, and it would be really easy and a lot more easier to dig up, and I've never really gotten this, even though I've heard of the Goku Black Arc. Why the hell didn't you get Gohan? Gohan's body's still fresh.
Not in that time perspective. No, that thing, Black's plan came into effect after, so Gohan was probably already buried. His body would have already probably,
So was Goku's.
Yeah, but he went in that timeline. This is where we were getting introduced to the whole Dragon Ball multiverse, because this was at the same time Super Dragon Ball Heroes is kicking off. He went within that timeline. It's like, the timeline where the androids win? Yeah. He went for that Goku's body, but when that failed, he was explaining the multiverse.
So he went to a different verse. I was like, why because this was the one thing I didn't kind of get, even though I was like, dude, Goku's body would be bones by the time you got to it. The only Saiyan body you should have used, and it would have made logical sense, and it would have messed with I think it would have messed Trunks over so bad. Bring a freaking super, Future Gohan. Let's not even forget the man had trained for years against those androids in base form.
Now here's the thing. This is funny. Even if he took the Black form, knowing how Black smart would be if Black knew what was already going to happen, Black would have been like, okay, you know what? Maybe I will just train the kid as a base level to keep the chain of events going. But after Trunks goes back in time and handles the shit there, then he'll come back to find out that it was like Black doing shit. Because Black would have been able to destroy the androids.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I just think he should have took, you know, the body of like Gohan when it's still freaking fresh. It wouldn't have been that hard. And already, here's the thing. That Gohan's died multiple times. Well, not died, come close to death multiple times. So you've got that, what's the Zen boost that they get?
But then how did he not hit SS2? He had the rage and the boost to do it, because you know how many times the androids beat his ass?
I like it. They even call out, in the OVA, they go, oh god, he's blonde today. I mean, no, wait, he's got black hair today. Great, he's mimicking me, is what 17 said. It's pissing me off, he's not blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Taking jab at Super Saiyan, like, you know, like, between him and 18. That was hilarious.
But even on his own, like, say if they didn't pull the dirty moves they were pulling, because all those fights he did, it never stated that he... Okay, he had to have lost plenty of times to get a Zenkai boost, but I'm like, either A, you didn't never really get hurt, and you just either fought them to a stalemate.
Which is actually, I think they said, what's the number today? They kept track. I believe that because he just kept... He was always popping in, and they're probably like, "God damn it, we just want to wreck some shit."
He was basically doing superhero type stuff, always coming in to stop them from killing people.
I think he probably only came in and basically was buying time for people to evac, and then
that's the thing. If 18 didn't jump in, he was bodying 17. See,
oh,
he
yeah.
could body. See, here's the thing. If they were, the funny part is if Trunks was actually born a little sooner, and probably close to teen Gohan's age, actually even a little older, and would have done... Here's the thing. Gohan should know fucking better. The rule of spirit of time is still there.
Hey, can I just say this? I love the fact that the simple fact... I don't think he knew of the, No,
he knew.
Of the hyperbolic time chamber.
Because Vegeta, when they said that the androids were first showing up, the Z-Fighters did still train, and it was still brought to their attention, but I'm like... Then he could have just took Trunks there, and I guarantee within the day, Trunks would have fucking been able to use at least SS1. And I doubt the androids can handle 2 of them, because then one is holding your ass off, and the other's definitely holding your ass off.
Did you see how much damage he was doing when he basically went full tilt with one arm?
Yeah.
With one arm! And that's why I said, if Black took that body, you know what I mean, he's already able to manhandle them with just, say, in Form 1. He hadn't been able to send to 2 yet, I don't believe. So, Goku Black could easily do the ascend to, like, whatever with that body, and he'd be uber strong. Stronger than original Goku. I'm just serious, because that body's already been through years of experience and training and everything.
Why do you think he looked like Goku? He was jacked like his dad. Because you notice how now he's never really jacked. He's jacked, but he's not jacked enough, and now he's tiny. And for the Tournament of Power, he got jacked back up.
I think it's funny is if he went full jacked like he did in the future timeline, which was Trunks's, he looks exactly like Goku, but the only reason I think he tries
his hairstyle.
He stays thin is for more speed. You know what I mean? Goku,
but you see that but you see if you took the scars off.
If he took the mask, he can hit like a freaking truck with that mask, though. He knows how to use that mask correctly, like his dad does. Yeah. So that's the thing. I think Gohan in the current timeline relies on muscle envision.
Here's the thing. You know what's funny? Even though a lot of people said, "Oh, Gohan," you know, when Akira Toriyama was gonna make Gohan the protector, yes, I would have think. I'm like, if people would have just given him a chance, it doesn't mean Goku was gonna be out of the thing completely. He could have been like, "Look, I'm staying here in the afterlife, but hey, I can still." He could still train him from there. He would then train his son to do what he can do, but his son would create his own way of doing it. Hell, maybe Gohan would have had a fucking better chance at controlling SS3 without the life zapping problem.
Wait.
His SS2 alone, if he would have kept training if he would have trained for the 7 years after the Buu saga with Goku's help, Fat Buu wouldn't have been a problem. Fat Buu would have got fucking smoked before he came out of the egg.
Hey, but I'd rather still just talk about future Gohan than the mess-3 that is the Super one, because future Gohan had so much freaking potential to use in lore again.
No, this is still I'm talking about the Z one.
Yeah, but I'm referring to
is still him.
But I'm just referring to future Gohan in like Trunks' timeline. the dead timeline, which has been
But it's funny in
eradicated.
Xenoverse 1, Gohan is alive after that, but then in Xenoverse 2, he's still alive. Trunks, obviously, regular present Trunks is knocked out in the water, so you do a fight where Gohan's fighting the androids, but you and your character come in to try to help him out, to be like, okay, Trunks gets rash and wants to change the timeline by sparing Gohan by helping him defeat the androids.
Man, I was thinking I was mad that he still had both arms. I was like, damn it, man, take the one arm away and make him better.
But Gohan, at the end of the day, no, because in the game you save him from that too.
I know, but I wish he kept his one arm, because that makes him
Gohan.
That makes him badass.
But I'm saying, with or without the arm, Gohan still said that he's like, look, I think I know this is where I'm gonna have to die, because then it's gonna change. So he tells future Trunks to head out. He's like, look, I know what's gonna happen. At least I'm not gonna be alive to spoil it for you.
No, but the thing is, Gohan's smart even then. If he's still a meathead, even if he didn't go through it, he's smart to know. Oh, there's an older you, so me going to die means I didn't die for nothing. Because that's the thing in the OVA. He honestly went there to die and didn't think, Trunks would succeed. So when in that, you basically get the closure of his character arc. That's why I like Xenoverse 2 much, because it closes the character arc that Gohan, because that was a Doom timeline. I mean, basically Gohan didn't know if, when he died, he thought the world was screwed. He even point blank says that. He's like, even if I die, another will rise up to take my place. He doesn't say they'll kill you. You know what I mean? He just said someone else will just take up my mantle. And I love it. The androids are just like, yeah, they're not going to propose as much a challenge as you. Which makes me wonder, how long was freaking Trunks holding off the androids?
He only got into a fight with them one-on-one by himself once, got jumped, but they told him to, look, hey, you're not as dumb as the big one, so they spared him if he gets stronger than to come back again.
Yeah, and that was the interesting thing about the androids, is they weren't stupid
and that
evil.
As I was saying, that was their fatal mistake, because when he did return...
Oh yeah, he been training with the Z-Warriors. He been training with the crew for quite a few years by that point, so then they're just like, oh shit. But
he waxed her punched her one time, she went flying and she was already fucked up. And then in 17, all he did was have to blast 17 once. Shattered.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but I think the reason why the androids kept him around was they need something to do. I mean, come on. Even 17 gets bored. And I think, them killing Gohan was like, crap, now we have nothing to do. We can just conquer this place so easy. We don't know how to go to space. We're stuck on a tiny rock.
But 18 would get mad when he would when 17 would destroy the human type stuff, because that was stuff she liked. She still had humanity in her.
Yeah, that was one thing I liked about 18. Wait, yeah, it's 18's character is, she's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I spared him. I said I would leave him alive, and you just broke my word. And somebody's like, I don't give a shit. And that was actually something interesting. She had more humanity than her freaking brother did. And she hates humans.
I still think he should come back. Like, you have Android 17, he's good now, but make this Android 17, if you want to believe he's really that strong, have him be where he could be he could train himself to be as strong as his Super 17 counterpart. Give him some sort of progression, because now he has a human body, and we've never seen the human pushed or fully untapped, and then we said even the humans are strong enough to tap. Anyone could tap into Ultra Instinct if they do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think 18 was near that par level, I believe, in, like, GT, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she held Super 18.
17.
17. Yeah, that was one of those things where I'm just like, damn! Because, that's not easy. And
especially that motherfucker, I'm like,
that,
damn, like, how strong... One, you can absorb, and you can fucking do your attacks. Main attacks. You do your fucking brother's attack. 16's attack.
I know, it's just like... Although I do love the fact that she calls out how he's a hypocrite. And she's like, no. At least the regular 17 had class. He didn't believe in being controlled by Zero. And just calls out.
I remember that.
I was like, ooh, that's the biggest burn you could do to the man. Although it did take funny was it took her daughter being in danger and Krillin getting killed again, but at that point Krillin getting killed is nothing new.
Yeah.
How many times has a guy died? Honestly, the reason one of the things that irritates me...
I gotta say one thing then. She's gotta have some pretty good hybotic, flesh-like robotic vagina for him to keep going.
I'm just saying...
She better be a sex... Here's the thing, she better be a human with the abilities of a sex girl machine. I think that's why.
I think that's why...
I'm saying it right now. That's what I think.
I just thought of something. I just thought of a great action, live action. The easiest live action they can do. The Future arc.
That would have to be something you...
No, just think about it. You kill off all the aliens, like Piccolo and all the TM with 3 eyes. You don't have to worry about that synthetic. You just literally have, literally with Bulma, Kid Trunks, older guys, Gohan, and 2 people playing in 17-18.
The shit was... No, but here's the shit. They have to do something like that. That, and some people, I think if you really look at especially how that story goes, that would have to be like the Avengers Infinity War and Endgame lead up thing. You have to do the other Z story. You have to do the beginning of Z to lead up to that point, but you could start weaving in, because there's the thing, you could probably do Z, at least up to Frieza, you can do in 3 movies. First movie Saiyans, movie mostly on Namek, but then the second part would be the second, like say the first movie is the part 1 on Namek, and the third movie is the part 2 on Namek, but it's Goku and Frieza, and then towards the end, and have stingers that now we see the future.
The stinger would be Goku dying, and
then we see
you see the bodies of the other Z warriors with Gohan crying, and then.
Or not just that, this could be more horrifying of an ending besides death. That have it end the day Goku dies of the heart virus, and then the moment he dies, moment of silence, they start seeing reports on the TV about cities being attacked, things like that, and then hear on a radio saying, these things, what are they? They're like these
the cheesy
or something. Then boom, everybody's horrified because they know what they have to do. Or something, they know.
Well, they're not trained enough yet for it. Yeah, that'd be bad. Though I did like, even in the OVA, Vegeta has a respect, like a very shocked look, like of all people, Kakarot gets killed by heart disease. I don't even think he learned Super Saiyan yet either when he died in that timeline.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did? Oh yeah, the rage for probably losing Goku probably did it. There has to be a trigger event. You know what I mean?
Because Goku was already a Super Saiyan when he died, at that point. He already had the ability.
Yeah, so I would just like to see... I think that would be an easier one-shot story, really. Because you're not having a big cast.
You know what's fucked up? You would have to do Dragon Ball Z, like an MC universe. You have to obviously make the movie timeline in order. Start sowing the Easter eggs ahead of time of what's coming. Start doing the snippets at the end, or tie it in with the story of how something like this is gonna start sowing the seeds of things.
I would actually have it so when the Saiyans are attacked, you quickly see a little bot, like a little robot, get some of Nappas and thems. It's a fly, okay? They mentioned in the thing.
The Red Ribbon Army robots.
Yep, it's just a little fly. It lands
and Gero starts developing. Just have these little scenes switch, like offbeat scenes of.
It looks like Vegeta's flacking away something, like a fly or something, and you're not thinking about it. That's an Easter egg because he even says, I caught him with little robotic flies. And then when Frieza, I would do it with Frieza, is when he's just sitting there, I don't know why he let Goku build the Spirit Bomb. He's just looking around and flies buzzing around Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
And then, bam. And then literally at the end of like the second movie, which leads into that part, the twist, would be, you see the androids being made. Or
each movie, and then you're seeing the development also of. No, you don't have to show them being made. You just got to show the chambers and then show the larva growing in the thing. And like you could do. Here's the thing: you can do, let's say, the end cutscene for the end of the Saiyan arc. could be just red ribbon studies going on, and you hear the name Dr. Gero, and then in the next movie, you can still have the movie, the ending, but this would have to be like a little Lord of the Rings.
I want
type
them
of
post
ending.
credits. I want these Red Ribbon Army scenes post credits. You know, you have to watch
No,
all
I'm saying,
the
but
credits.
the next post credit is this next post credit will be Gero giving some sort of monologue to himself, or him talking to himself, and he has the chambers of 16, 17, and 18 standing up on the wall, and walks over to the cell larva and basically says, "But you are my greatest enemy, and you will be the one to kill Goku."
Yeah, but I'd also like it somehow that, you know, we gotta put it in the fact the Cell Project failed, and like I would just make it so he just like, okay, something happened during the Frieza thing that caused the Cell Project to fail, so he just beefed up stronger Android 18 and 17, you know what I mean?
Well, no, there's still a way that that's gonna work, because the larva that escapes for the first time will be the larva from the main timeline, because they did say the larva from the main timeline got out. That's the cell they fought, but then the larva in the future had finally woke up, and that's when it tried to get 17 and 18, and Trunks killed them and prevented that.
Yep. And Trunks just comes in there after a term and he's like, "Hey, what you doing, Cell?" What?
That would have to take place at the end. That would have to be like a bonus fight at the end of a Cell Saga film arc, because the android in the Cell Saga, then that would have to be another additional 3 films. The first movie, the androids, about what happens. The second one, a mix of getting out of the androids, going into Cell. The movie ends where Cell is, because that movie itself, the Cell games would be the entire fucking film.
Yeah,
besides the training, the training would be an hour, maybe 45 minutes at the most, and then
no, you can squeeze it in 30 minutes because you don't need that long for training periods.
But there's important. This would also have to be a character film, because the fight is not really going to happen to the end. It's just characters training with each other.
If semi that, I've used the training sequence for triggering Gohan's transformation, and like, I don't know, he sees images of Vegeta dead, everybody dead. Like, as the fight's going on outside, because remember, outside, Trunks and...
No, I would have this come in where he starts talking, like, give scenes with him and Trunks, because, you know, Trunks would try to, talk to him, get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
They would have time for that, because, they would have to make Trunks focus, along with Gohan. Give a reason for why, even in this timeline, their friendship has transcended from the future.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know where we would deviate into the dark timeline, because that's literally is the darkest timeline of all. No,
you have to weave. And that's the thing. The dark timeline would have to be. Let's say there's this is where you would get your future Trunks movie, and this could be done in one whole film. It would be probably a long movie, but you would have to do a Rogue One type thing after you finish the Saiyan up to the Super Saiyan arc in say a first trilogy, and we have that ending with Goku dying. Have this be a spin-off film, which is Trunks' origin film too.
I got it. It's the by Rogue One treatment. It's literally the gap that leads into Frieza coming to Earth and Trunks popping there, slicing and dicing his ass, and then giving Goku the antidote.
Because the end of the film's gonna show him going into time, fly off.
Yeah. Although I would like to, when you do the come back to the Cell part, you see what the fuckery happened during the.
No, that would have to happen. This will happen.
Doesn't Bulma get killed at some point in DBZ verse in Trunks' timeline? Not in Super, but in. Didn't Bulma get killed?
Goten wasn't born yet.
No, I mean future Bulma, like, you know what I mean, in future Trunks' didn't his mother, future Bulma who built the time machine, get killed as well in the DBZ?
That was their take. Bulma didn't die. There was like visions of her that could be dead.
Yeah, I was like, it never really showed, but it showed the moment of, like, you know, Krillin and, you know, getting killed and all that, which was awesome, by the way. I love those scenes.
But everyone knew how would Trunks be able to get back in time, even if you took out the Future of Trunks movie and they just went on from there. You'd still assume that it would be Bulma that made that, and all Trunks has to say is, "My mom made it," so she would still be alive.
Oh, I did like the little Easter egg of how Trunks knew that was his time machine in the in the anime. Was he rubs his like And it's like, said, oh, who made this? This person's be a genius. He's like, that was you. Straight to bone. I was like, oh, well.
Okay, now here's the thing. You know how some things you have to take certain things out to focus on the main story? I think the whole Trunks traveling through timeline thing, you would have to cut that part out and set it up to where when future Trunks go back to kill Cell, that's when he'll bring up the idea in his head thinking, you know what? Have him create it on the fly when he's about to lose Bang. You know what? When I kill you, I think I can just go back to your thing. Have him already try to do it there, and Trunks nips it in the bud.
Oh, killing, Cell?
Yeah, killing Cell, but moving the idea of Cell already doing that to that moment in time. Where he comes up, tries to come up with a desperation plan. Because he knows he's gonna get his ass beat.
Yeah, I mean, I love how Piccolo deduces, he's like, well, that's how you got the time machine, because Trunks obviously figured out a way to kill them, and that's how he figured out the kill switch and everything. I love that. That was the funny thing, how smart Piccolo is, that he freaking deduces everything. Because I just gotta admit that, is Piccolo, besides Gohan, the only thinker of the group? Is Piccolo like the only guy who thinks of the entire group?
Yeah, he does.
Hey, I gotta admit, I went and bought her to see this, and I was mad they didn't perma-kill Roshi in Super the Tournament of Power. I'm like, why? It's like epic scene to kill Roshi. He does that teaching lesson on all the stuff like, no, 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 no. This is how you do things properly. You remember? I was like, that was awesome in Tournament of Power, how Roshi, you didn't see, quirky pervert. No, you saw Roshi from Dragon Ball.
Oh, yeah. That shit was
the smart Roshi who's like, no, 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 no. You don't do it this way. The one who even kicked Goku.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill these people. Kill. My absence. I might have to take a quick absence.
Oh, who are you gonna murder?
No, I'm gonna murder my fucking sister because now she wants to play Resident Evil with me. So I have to take the mic with me.
What?
Yeah. She wants to... I guess Gabriel's talking shit because Gabriel's got the game, so he's gonna play Mastermind and we're gonna play Survivor.
Wait. Oh god, you're gonna have to leave the stream already?
Yeah, because that's a game that, coordination.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'll end the stream here early. Anyway,
no, you don't have to end.
No, we're almost at 2 hours.
Oh, we are? Oh, okay, never mind.
We've been talking for almost 2 hours, dude.
I was like hoping the one to try to keep, because I've been trying to push it, so I was trying. Who the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ, hold on.
Oh, I lost. G.
John always gets interrupted.
Oh, don't worry. I've been busy with other stuff as well. Lost G. Nothing much.
By the way, you're getting up there in subs.
Oh god, if I hit that 100 mark, I have to premiere DD Dream Drop Distance. I'm gonna pull my hair out. It won't just be me snub hair. No, there'll be no hair by the end of the DDD run.
Oh goodness gracious.
You do
I got the invites. I'm gonna kill them. Give me a minute. I'm making my peace here, you motherfuckers.
I just hate to say this, John. If you somehow pull it off before the end of the year, and I have to stream DDD, I'm gonna be mad. Because I have to explain how Nomura originally wrote time travel.
Oh shit. One of the challenges used 150.
And in case you don't know...
As a matter of fact, should I stream this?
Oh, you're gonna dual stream?
Well, no, we'll give yours a break if you want.
No, I can continue while you talk to your sister during that.
Yeah,
because all we're doing is basically asking questions, basically. And looks like Lost G has to say. Oh, Elemental, you mean you're streaming?
What?
I was gonna ask Elemental if he's playing. Hold on. I'll ask him. Does that mean you're about to use EDO Pro? If so, I don't mind hopping, bouncing.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna suffer.
Oh, I didn't know if you were live streaming EDO Pro because I do one with you. Play a game.
I'm not suffering yet.
No, I was asking Elemental Hero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he commented.
All right. Shit.
Well, if you need to go, Kyo, go.
So.
I might actually hop on it since he's considering it.
Oh, so you are considering a stream? Because I don't mind guesting on there.
Oh wait, they have Discord. I don't have a Discord. I'll participate in the comments. How's that?
Yeah, you can send you a little. Yeah, we can coordinate through the comments stuff like last time. What did you do, John? You break the world again?
No, I forgot to send them the invites to the in-game party, but I know they're gonna end up sending me a party chant. I wanna kill Gabriel.
Alright. Message me or something for if you're gonna do it tomorrow, okay? Like a premiere or something.
What?
I was talking to Elemental.
Oh.
Set a premiere.
He's doing it today, isn't he?
No, I told him to set a premiere for tomorrow. That way, because he said he doesn't have much time. So, set a premiere, and I'll try to work my way to get into the premiere. All right, that'll work. Have fun, Elemental. I'm about to end my stream. All right. You better let Gabriel know the pain.
He will suffer.
Okay, let him suffer. Alright, see y'all. Hope you all enjoyed this podcast.